get back there. Joint favourites there as well.
Thanks very much, Bob. Yep, joint favourites at the top of the market with Ffion at 5-2 and Mossbourne at 5-2 as well. Mossbourne was the horse that we saw in the paddock just very briefly with that delay at Ripon, just getting hotter and hotter all the time. The sun has come out as a very mild day, but he was definitely the most worked up of the lot of them on this hat-trick bid today. The win last time out was pretty decent, considering that I don't think the race necessarily went perfectly for him, and the rise in the weights of just £3 is very fair indeed for Mossbourne. And on top of that, the form of the win last time out is pretty good too, because the second, I think, ran up to his own personal best on the day, and the third and the seventh have come out and won out of that race since. So Mossbourne, lots of positives, looking for the hat-trick of wins today. But the money is for Ffion. I think a positive market mover this morning, the filly, wearing a hood for the first time, having been just touched off, having been just a touch disappointing the last couple of runs, including here in a better grade of race a couple of starts ago. She's very lightly raced. She's just had the 8 starts so far, and she won on her she won her first 2, and then this season, latterly she went to Royal Ascot and she ran in a very competitive handicap there, where she was second to trainer David Loughnane's other runner Lola's Showgirl. That was that famous 1-2 in the Kensington Palace handicap there. I think Fion's still off a very workable mark, but things just haven't clicked of late with her, and a few things have gone wrong. But now they're trying that hood, which I hope will maybe sort of settle her a little bit easier and will make her jockey's life a touch easier. There's 2 more left to load. I can see they're just going in, Mossbourne and Ffion at the top of the market, and it's Mossbourne who's going to be one of the last to load for the David Barron team. Let's head up for commentary and see how they get on.
Ready? They're off, racing over 7 furlongs. Mossbourne fly leapt in the air a little bit on leaving the stall. Strongbow slowly away once again in the Mr. and Mrs. Wilson handicap, and Muntadab is showing quite a bit of early pace, with Ffion also in between. Very keen. Legal Reform is right up there as well. Mossbourne trying to get a good position in behind the leading trio, with Roundhay Park in the blue jacket towards the inside. Out wider is Golden Force, who's widest of all from the stall draw. Mossbourne very keen, lit up in behind at the moment, followed by Brian the Snail and Gabriel the Wire. Strongbow is the back marker at this stage under Phil Dennis as they race towards the final half mile. So Muntadab under Hayley Turner narrowly in front here. Out wider a Golden Force. Also prominent on the inside is Ffion. Legal Reform has certainly been keen enough through the first half of the race. Mossbourne is in 5th place, looking for a 3rd win in a row. Then comes Roundhay Park, Brian the Snail, Gabriel the Wire with the blue cap, 1 from the back. Strongbow will have to pass them all as they race towards the final 2 furlongs. Muntadab from Legal Reform. Ffion is in 3rd place. Ridden along is Golden Force. Trying to improve now is Mossbourne as they head around the turn. Brian the Snail is out wider. Roundhay Park is up on the rail. Muntadab under pressure for Legal Reform. Ffion looking for a gap. Mossbourne trying to get into it as well. Then over on the far side is Roundhay Park, who's staying on strongly. Well inside the final furlong. Roundhay Park on the far side. Legal Reform. Ffion is still there as well. Ffion and Roundhay Park are battling it out, and Roundhay Park staying on to win. Roundhay Park beats Ffion. Legal Reform. Mossbourne couldn't quicken. Strongbow got going simply too late.
Well, a race of changing complexions and lots of horses in with a chance, but it's gone the way of Roundhay Park for Nigel Tinkler at 16-1. Only having his 6th run of the year, Roundhay Park. It was back down to just £1 higher than his last winning mark, and he was trying the 7 furlongs for the first time in a very long time, because he's mainly been tried at 6, and he needed every yard of it today, because you see him there coming up on the rail. He got that golden seam up the rail when other horses met traffic problems along the way, and then he just kept going and kept trying. He lasted right the way to the line for a horse that's been seen over shorter for the majority of his life. He's really appreciated the stepping back up to the 7 furlongs today. We haven't seen him over this trip in a very long time. Ffion, meanwhile, was the horse who met traffic problems and has managed to run home and be second in the end in that first time hood. Second again for her. I think the hood has helped her today, but she met traffic, as can often be the case here at Chester, and things just didn't go well for her. It just didn't click again. I'm finding excuses for her time and time again. One is bound to fall her way, but she's been done on the line, and then it was Legal Reform who picked up the places. But it's worth sort of picking up on Mossbourne as well, because this was the horse we did flag up beforehand in the paddock. Had got fairly revved up beforehand and then was very keen in the race. Fly jumped out of the stalls and just couldn't do himself justice, and he's there on the outside. The petrol gauge is running empty. He's done far too much far too soon, but Round Hay Park is your winner of our second race here at Chester.